Hello everyone, Dream Envoy here, and welcome back to more of Let's Play Winds of Change. Last time, we arrived here at the docks of Mazio, where we ran into our new friend, Grayson the Pirate. But it seems like Sophie is about to discover us. What awaits us next in the story? Stay tuned to find out. Seems like we're going into the Church of Mazio, which, if we remember correctly, should lead into the rebellion's headquarters. Ooh, we've never seen the outside of the church. It's pretty nice. After what feels like ages, we've reached the end of the bridge. We all stop and catch our breath, and let our legs relax. Dominic wipes some sweat from his brow, laughing.
Oh, bit of a workout, isn't it? Hopefully the trek was worth it. So, what do you think of our home?
I think that Sophie might be overhearing us. He stands proud, staring at the nearby church. After getting our bearings back, we look on in awe.
Whoa, this place is crazy! I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, it sure stands out, doesn't it? Don't worry, that works to our advantage. When hiding, I find the most obvious spot is the best.
Huh.
I guess they'd never expect their own church. But here's a question. Why are there only 2 statues? It's the triumvirate, right? Shouldn't there be 3?
That's actually a pretty good question.
I don't know, actually. It's a bit odd when you think about it. Maybe they didn't have enough space?
But yeah, that's actually a good point. I wasn't going to say anything, but those statues actually do kind of remind me of triumvirates. He laughs awkwardly, shuffling in place. Perhaps he found his ignorance embarrassing.
I trust you're ready for the grand tour?
I nod, looking over to Valessa and Fortam. It seemed our long journey was over. We were here. This was our new home, whether we liked it or not.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
I'm game. Let's do this.
They both smile, ready to get things moving. Dominic takes a few steps up the stairs and waves me over.
After you, of course. It would be rude to do this any other way. An esteemed guest of ours should always be first.
Aww. I nod and get ready to enter the church. Ulrich Pro, Valessa, and Fortem wait for my move. It seems almost everybody respected Dominic's authority. Alright, we got some side story with Chris and interaction with Pro.
Hey.
Anything else you can tell me about Mazio? What are your thoughts on Valessa? What do you think about Fortem? What are your thoughts on me? How often do you walk this far?
Well, pretty much every day. Except for the last couple of weeks since I was in Valenorth. It's not too bad once you get used to it. I absolutely adore walking.
Huh. I do too, it's just... it does get exhausting after quite a long time or a long distance.
It just takes some getting used to, that's all. Sometimes when I have it in me, I can even sprint.
Yeah.
Running to the market from our HQ is pretty intense.
Yeah, when you get used to the route and get used to traveling that distance, yeah, of course.
Nobody is interested in doing it with me though. I need a workout partner to keep things interesting, you know? Everybody else defines working out as sparring in the barracks.
What else can you tell me about Mazio?
Not really, to be honest. You've already seen pretty much all it has to offer. It's constantly busy and it never really stops.
Yeah, the only place we haven't seen is a tavern.
I can't even imagine living close to the docks. They work overnight, so it'd be too loud to sleep. The best places are either Grizz's area or our HQ. So maybe we can talk more about that once you see it. It's so silent underground you can hear almost everything. Makes it pretty easy to sleep. If you get the time, that is. Oh, you sure like putting me on the spot. I think you're cool. I mean, from what I've seen. At first, I didn't really have a clue, but it's better now.
Well, yeah, you don't have a clue about anyone when you first meet them.
You've had to make some tough decisions, Seer. That's one way to gain my respect. Push through adversity. I still want a one-on-one interview with you in the future, though.
Sure, that would be nice.
It seems like you're starting to become quite important. I'd hate myself if I missed the opportunity to probe your mind. That's something we can talk about later on, though. We're busy.
You know, you could probe something else aside from my mind. If you know what I mean. Now what's going on, Grizz? Grizz sits at his desk with his head in his hands, emotionally drained. Lilith enters his office, showing concern, but decides to talk business instead.
Grizz, sir. The papers have been sent back out. Alex and Nada should know momentarily.
Something wrong, Grizz? Something about our decision? Slightly shocked, Grizz shakes his head and rests his hands at his desk.
Thank you, Lilith. I couldn't do this without you.
Oh, come on, Lilith, ask what's wrong. Give him some emotional support. I know that you're technically just his employee, but still.
You give me too much credit. I'm just a glorified paper pusher. You do all the heavy lifting, you know.
He sighs and rests back in his chair.
And it's starting to weigh down on me. Lilith, can we talk off the record for a moment?
Of course, sir. Anytime you'd like.
It's about the occupation. As you know, I was involved with it.
Yeah, but at the time you were with Triumvirates, right?
Yeah, but that was ages ago. It's all in the past. You're a better man now.
That's the funny thing about the past, Lilith. It always has its way of catching up with you.
What do you mean?
Honestly, I wouldn't know where to start. But recently, Damek agreed to work with me. I wanted exclusive access to Mazeo's spirit idol.
You lost me.
I want to atone for what I've done, Lilith. So many spirits, trapped in those suits of armor. An eternity of mindless servitude to the Triumvirate.
I see, you're still feeling pretty damn guilty about that, huh?
And you can fix that with the spirit idol?
I hope so. Part of me always had some doubt, but today, I realized that this is my destiny. I can't doubt it or hide from it any longer.
I see. You're hoping to use idols to free those spirits. As a way of atoning for your sins, I guess.
Destiny? I'm not sure I buy into that stuff. I'd rather call the shots myself, you know?
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, maybe purpose is a better word. At the end of the day, this is still my choice. But I wasn't certain until today. I saw something.
What did you see?
Back during the occupation, I killed so many innocent people, made orphans out of so many children.
But like Lilith said, you changed.
I've been facing that for the last 20 years, but today was the first time I faced it in person. It's the Seer, and those two companions he had with them.
Let me get a guess, just a random guess. Our parents were the pirates that the Triumvirate were fighting against, and you killed our parents. I'm fine with that.
You mean Valessa and Fortem?
Yes, Lilith, all three of them. I couldn't put my finger on why they looked familiar, but I just realized it, and I know I need to take action.
Yeah, I'm really getting the feeling that Grizz was the one who killed our parents. He places his head back in his hands, almost ashamed.
Spitting images of people I killed during the occupation.
There it is.
I have no doubt in my mind that their parents died by my hand.
There it is.
I played a part in condemning them, forcing them into this war.
There it is. The 3 lines that I was looking for. Or rather, the 1 line that I was looking for split up into 3. Ultimately, the text box that I was looking for. He clenches his fist, trembling as he looks up at Lilith.
And now, I must play my part in ending it. I'm going to those tunnels, right now.
Sure you are. Yeah, I know, it's supposed to be like a sad scene that we're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, Grizz, what killed our parents was a revelation, but I don't know. It's just not too big of a surprise to me. As soon as we enter, Dominic walks down the center aisle. He trails a finger along the pews as he does, gathering up dust. Huh. Either it hasn't been used in a while, or it hasn't been cleaned in a while.
Not much time for triumvirate worship these days.
Alright, haven't been used in a while. He makes his way to the spirit idol at the back of the church. Clapping his hands together, he frees himself of the dust.
This is the spirit idol of Museo. Or so we thought until recently.
Yeah, turns out that the real idol is underground, right? It remains dust-free, unlike the rest of the church. He places a hand on the altar, looking up at the idol.
We assumed it was dim and dying. You know, like the idol back in Valinor. But that's not the case at all. We were shocked. The reason it's dim is because it's receiving power. However, the source of the power is deep underground. That's what the Triumvirate has been digging for. The entire reason for their occupation. And now, it's in the hands of the rebellion. First their sword, now the idol they sought.
That's the reason for their occupation, that they were after the idol and it apparently had nothing to do with the pirates. If that's the case, then, well, apparently Grizz murdered our parents for no reason at all. No reason if it meant just getting the idol. He turns back to face us with a wide smile on his face.
It would seem the tables are turning. Feel free to rest for a few minutes. There's still a bit of a walk ahead.
Okay.
Seriously? More walking? When are we gonna get to rest?
Trust me, you'll get plenty of time to rest. Just take a breather before we continue.
Technically, this is a rest. Or, like you say, a breather. He points to the pews before walking over to the door in the back corner.
This door will lead us to the tunnel, Seer. It's the final stretch, I can promise you that. Whenever you're ready, let's head on down.
He presses his back against the wall and crosses his arms. Everyone seems glad that he was offering us a brief reprieve. Reprieve? I never knew how to pronounce that word. I wish English was more like you look at a word and know exactly how it's pronounced, but nope. Nope, that's not how Latin characters work, especially not in English. I take a few moments to collect myself before we head down. Oh, I was wondering what that map icon was doing all the way down there, but that's because that's the door. Ah, great, there's Sophie. I get a feeling that he was listening in on us. What's up, Fortam?
Hey.
What do you think of Mazio so far? What do you think of Damek? How do you feel about the rebellion?
It's crazy! I don't know what to think. Just when I'm comfortable, something new is thrown at us. The markets, the residential districts, and the docks.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
Valinor is pretty much the same no matter where you are. To see things so different? That's a real shocker for me. I'm not sure what my favorite part has been so far. If I had to choose though, I'd say the residential district. Being able to live free from the noise and free of work? That's like a dream come true. Everywhere is so noisy.
You know, here's the thing. I've grown up in a rural area, but I have took some school trips to places like Boston, DC, Pittsburgh. So I sort of know what it's like to, what Fortam and Valessa are going through, having grown up in small villages only to, and then get a big shock to visit the big city.
I assume you get used to the noise, but it's still there. You know what I mean, right? You just learn to ignore it. I'd rather not have to do that. It'd make things way easier.
It reminds me of something, see, when I was a child, we used to have this friend from New York City come over and visit us during the summer and such. She was more or less a pen pal. And the thing is that I grew up on a farm, and obviously we would have a whole bunch of crickets on our property. And we always thought that it was so strange how she grew up in an area where you would, all through the night, you would hear vehicles, you would hear the honking of cars, of trucks, all sorts of noises, maybe gunfire here or there, though hopefully rarely, and all this crazy stuff. And yet when she comes over to the countryside, she's bothered by the sound of crickets. It keeps her up at night. And I always thought that was interesting, that it's not so much as how much noise you hear while you sleep, but more so what kind of noise that you're hearing. What do you think of Dominic?
He's so cool. I love being around him.
Same.
I want to learn to be more like him, if I'm honest. Everybody respects him and follows his directions.
Same. If you're looking up to him for Tim, then I really do think that you're gonna be a great leader of Valenorth, a great elder.
He's going to make a fine leader after this is over. I actually doubted the rebellion, but he convinced me. This cause is in perfect hands. We're going to do this.
So how do you feel about the rebellion now?
I feel great. There's not much to say. We have everything we need in order to win. I can't wait to see our new HQ, our new home.
And what's up, Sophie? 6 already. Okay, he didn't follow us to the church. That's great. Continuing their adventure through the docks, Sophie keeps close to Shane. Leading everybody into a secluded back alley, he lets out a loud sigh. It was nice to get away from all the noise. Mazayans were obnoxious.
What gives? This isn't the way to Valenorth. But I guess you do like going backwards.
Oh, we'll get there yet. I just have some business to tend to. Shane, can I talk to you alone for a moment?
Shane nods and follows Sophie deeper into the alleyway. Holland takes the note and stands guard, ensuring their privacy.
Look, something important has come up. You're aware of our moles within the rebellion, right?
Moles? Uh-oh.
Alleged moles.
Alleged mole? Alleged?
Yes. Well, I found this at our drop point. I think it's something you'll be interested in.
Sophie holds up a ladder, prompting Shane to take it.
It's a letter written by Dominic. Why is this important?
Just read it, Shane. It's from Dominic to Valenorth's elder. It seems your capture was just part of his plan.
What?
Shane, wasn't that the idea? That you were going to be allowed to be... Wow, bad sentence structure I was going for. Didn't you say at the beginning that you got captured on purpose so that you could gain intel? But, failed to account for the possibility that you couldn't escape? Shane keeps reading the letter, his eyes shooting wide open. Every word was like a knife to his heart. He was betrayed. How do you know that it was a letter by Dominic? How do you not know that? I mean, it could have been forged. Could be a forgery to make you, feel betrayed so that, you would be more likely to join the Triumvirate, Soviet, and, Holland.
He wanted me to get captured? Look at this. It says he hates me.
Yeah, at that point, it makes me say, yeah, it's forged.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but your mission was only a cover. He wanted to kill you off, Shane.
That doesn't sound like Dominic.
That's not true. I refuse to believe this. I know Dominic. He wouldn't do this to me.
Exactly, Shane.
Are you sure about that? It makes sense when you think about it. He sent you there to gain intel, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
He already had all the intel he needed. That was the purpose of the Exodus raid. They mapped out our entire castle, Shane. What intel is there left for you to gather? None. Dominic just wanted you out of the way.
I'm not sure about that.
No.
We were merciful enough to give you a chance, Shane. We could have killed you, but we still found value in your life. I think that's way more than anything Dominic can say.
You know what? That's true. Dominic should have had enough intel from the raid, but I'm still very suspicious.
It really does look like his handwriting.
Handwriting can be faked.
I have no reason to lie to you, Shane. I know what it's like to have your world torn apart. It seems like all hope is lost, doesn't it?
I have no reason to lie to you, Shane. You have plenty of reasons to lie to your prisoner. What is it when you lose your trust in your leaders? There's a word for that. But on my tip of my tongue, but I can't say it. But either way, point is, there's plenty of reasons to lie to your prisoner.
What should I do?
You were planning to run away, weren't you? Maybe you thought you could lose us in the crowd? It's a good idea, but there's no home left for you there.
You could try.
Why did you wait until now to show me?
Because I have a favor to ask of you, Shane. And remember, I would never abandon you. I've had every opportunity to kill you.
Yeah, but you probably kept him alive so that you could use him.
A favor?
Sophie takes back the letter while he watches Shane fight back tears. Oh my god, Shane, are you really falling for this shit? It was a hard thing to accept, being disowned by your family. But it was a pain that Sophie knew all too well. He could relate. He didn't respond just yet. He watched a silent rage build up within Shane. That would be perfect, for rage was an invaluable tool on the battlefield. With a smirk, Sophie finally broke his silence, placing a hand on Shane.
Don't worry, I'll still let you visit Dominic and the rebels. It's just, I have something different in mind for you. A chance to pay him back, if you'd be so inclined.
The word I was looking for so earlier. Still on the tip of my tongue, and it just annoys me that I don't know what it is. I gotta remind myself to, make that into If I find out what word I'm looking for, I'll definitely use that as a title. I'll have to remind myself to do that. Shane's fist trembled in anger. In this moment, he was right where Sylvie wanted him.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Shane, falling for this shit. Shane, you are a dumbass. Alright. I guess I'm gonna save it here. If you like this part, go ahead and hit that like button. I would highly appreciate if you leave behind a comment. And if you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button. See you guys next time.